Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me for another monthly net worth update. Today we're covering August 2023. If you're new to the channel, welcome and thank you for watching. I'm Brittany, and every month I like to go through my net worth, my income, break it all down for you guys, and then go into some life updates. So to recap from July 2023, my net worth at the end of last month was $123,097. The equity that I currently hold in the condo I own back in Calgary sits at $53,077. That is an increase from July of $440. My RRSP sits at a balance of $50,377, and that's no change from the previous month. My DCPP sits at a balance of $3,680, and again, that's no change from last month. My TFSA is at a balance of $12,225, and once again, no change from July. The vehicle that I own in New Zealand sits at $1,500. That is the same value as the previous month, and that's just for my half of it. My cash account sits at a balance of $2,045, so this is a bit of a dip of $633, and we're gonna get into why. That brings our grand total for August 2023 net worth to $122,904. That is a slight decrease from July of $193. The decrease is just coming from regular everyday expenses. We're going to talk about income in a minute, but I had pretty low income for the month, so I had to dip into my savings account, my cash account. We did have a little bit of travel in the last month, so there's a few travel expenses coming from that too. And then the market was doing this thing where it was kind of up and down throughout the month, but by the time it ended, it was pretty much at the same point as it was at the end of last month. All right, income. So every month, if you guys don't know, I do make a little bit of rental income from the property back in Calgary, and that's about 500 Canadian dollars every month. Next up is my YouTube income. So I did make $162 just through AdSense in the last month, which is obviously not enough to live on, but it's a nice little bonus. I also had a few people sign up for a credit card that I made a video about a month ago, and that brought in $60 in credit card points. So it's not an affiliate link or it's not any kind of partnership with this company. It's just one of those codes you get whenever you sign up for something, and it's like a buddy code. So thank you if you're one of the people who signed up for that card, because I got a little bonus and that helped with expenses in the last month. And then I do work part-time for a company in Nelson that I'm going to be working for later, which we'll talk about, but I made $182 working for them this month. I've been working like very, very limited hours, just a couple hours a week. And that brings the total income for August to $904. Now let's jump into some life updates. So as you're watching this video, my partner and I are on our way to Nelson. We're moving to Nelson, moving into a new little apartment there. And I'm so excited to show you guys that place. It's really small, but it's really, really cute. And the location is amazing. We're right across from the beach. I cannot wait to spend the summer there. I'm also super excited to show you guys that region. We've only been to Nelson for a couple of days, and we haven't been in that northern part of the South Island really at all. Nelson Tasman, Abel Tasman National Park, Nelson Lakes National Park. There's so much up there to check out, and we can't wait to bring you guys along for those adventures, so stay tuned for that as well. Donovan and I, my partner and I, are both starting work on the first Monday in September. I'm going to be working about 30 hours a week at a brewery, and my partner's going to be working a normal job 40 hours a week so that we can save up for our next travels. We're planning on going to Australia in the next 6 months. This is a place that I've wanted to go for a really long time, and I always knew that going to New Zealand would be in partnership with going to Australia because they are pretty close. So we're planning on going for 1 to 2 weeks. One thing I really, really want to do there is check out the barrier reef, like snorkel it, maybe scuba dive it, something like that, because with climate change, we don't really know how much longer that's going to be around, and I'd really like to see that. I really would like to tick that off my bucket list, along with seeing cities like Sydney and Melbourne. If you guys have been to Australia and you have any recommendations, definitely leave them down below, because I haven't really researched it much yet. We don't know when we're gonna go. Hopefully not in the summer. I'm thinking it's gonna be way too hot. I also wanted to plug my Instagram here because I never mention it. I never remember to mention it. But if you guys are on Instagram, I do have Instagram. I do post more in real time on that platform, where YouTube is usually like a week behind, although I'm pretty caught up now. But if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll link it in the description. I'll put it on the screen here. It's Brittany Morgan Life. Donovan and I, my partner and I, are going to be doing a Q&A, a question and answer video, probably in the next couple of months. So if you guys have any questions, if you want to know anything about our lifestyle or how we've been able to make this work or what's coming for us in the future, leave us a comment down below. I've also posted on my community tab on YouTube, so go check that out if you would like to. We're going to be collecting a bunch of questions from different platforms. I might post something on Instagram too. Let's recap on Christchurch. So my partner and I have been in Christchurch for the last month and a half. And prior to that, we spent a month in a smaller area called Burnham. And we both really fell in love with Christchurch. The surrounding areas like the mountains and the ocean, there's actually so much to do here. And there's going to be some videos coming up showing you guys what Christchurch is like, what it's like living here, the highlights, the things you can do that are really, really close. I do think a lot of people use Christchurch as a hub to see the rest of the South Island. But I really think that Christchurch is underrated, especially as a city to live in. It's relatively inexpensive compared to cities like Auckland and Wellington. It has a lot of the same features and creature comforts. I would say it's my second favorite city. Wellington definitely is number one, but it's really expensive to live there. We both really fell in love with Christchurch, and I definitely think we'll be back in the future, probably in January, February. We do have a concert in January that we're coming back for sure. We're going to be returning to Wellington in October to go and see some women's rugby, the Black Ferns, the New Zealand team, and then Canada also has a team in this series as well. So that's gonna be really fun to go and support our Canadian team in that tournament. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on is that I'm just getting a little bit homesick at this point. We've been in New Zealand for about 6 months now, and I'm really missing my kitty Goofy back home. She's staying with my brother in Ontario while we're doing our whole travel abroad, live abroad thing. Really missing having a place that we can call our own, like a place that we have friends, have a social network, have family, have our pets and everything. So that's been a little tough in the last little bit. And I do hope once we get to Nelson that we lay down some roots, even if we're only there for another 6 months to a year. That's another thing. We're not entirely sure if we're going to be renewing our visas for the second year. So as Canadians on the working holiday visa, we're allowed up to 23 months working and living in New Zealand. And that was our original plan. We were going to use the 2 full years. We would like to travel a bit more in this region, maybe go up to Indonesia and Bali, check out Fiji and some of these beautiful island nations. But we do have to balance that with going back to Canada and kind of getting back to a normal-ish life. So that's a little bit up in the air. I'm hoping in the next 3 months, we're gonna have it a little more figured out. And that'll pretty much wrap it up for today's net worth update video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below about what videos you guys might want to see coming up in the future. If you're interested in something like daily vlogs or just daily living, those are the types of videos that I watch the most. So if you guys are interested in that, I might start doing that a little bit more and putting more effort into those. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you really soon in the next video. Bye.